Well, hello again, everybody. I want to welcome you all back to the channel. This is Brad. You're watching Firewood at the Furnace, and I hope everyone had a fantastic and Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a chance to get together with your family and your friends and just celebrate the season. I know that we did, and it's great to all get together and spend time with the family that you might not otherwise do. So Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope it was great for everybody. Just a quick update real quick. Tomorrow night is going to be our very first live stream. If you missed that announcement a couple weeks ago, I'm going to talk about it again right now just for a second. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time will be the channel's very first live stream, and I hope everyone that's watching can join in and stop in and say hi. We're going to have some giveaways. Not really sure how I'm going to do the giveaways yet, but we've got quite a few. There's a couple new things that you haven't seen. Of course, we'll have some of the shirts and apparel and the hats, but there's a couple extra things that I'm going to throw in this time. So make sure you try to stop in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So we'll get going here today, and I'll talk to you about what we're going to do. So stick around. Alright, so here's what's happened just since last week's video. There's the maple that we dumped when we went and got the tree service wood after we stacked that ash there behind it. But since then we've got another load of ash, not a full load, but a pretty good sized load of ash logs there. And right here where I'm standing, you can see all the sawdust and wood chips. That is where the hickory load was. So the last time you were here, we didn't get to stacking the ash and the oak that was down here. But we have since made some progress. So this is row 4, and we've got the ash stacked down there, we got all the oak stacked, and then this here on the end is the last thing that we stacked, and that's the hickory. So row 4 is coming on up through here. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 face cords there, and we went ahead and set up some more dividers because we're working our way up through. So what's in store today? Well, this maple load that we brought in last week, I'm going to get all that bucked up, and then this ash load that we just brought in the other day, I'm going to get all that bucked up today too. So 2 loads. We'll try to get these 2 loads bucked up, clear this area out, because all that back there still needs to get done. And we're slowly gaining some ground here. So I'm going to start the saws up, let them warm up, and I want to show you something new that it's not really new, but it's something new to me that I came up with. Alright, so here's what I did. You guys know that I use this sometimes, the Mingo marker, to mark my logs at 16 inches with the paint. Sometimes I use a tape measure with chalk. Those are kind of the 2 methods that I use the majority of the time, but some of you a few months ago or a few weeks ago started using something called the Perfect Stick, and while I don't have one of those, I did come up with this. These magnets, I got a set of 2 magnets on Amazon for $2 and some change, a piece of all thread, 2 nuts, and a washer. And all I did was put them together. 16 inches from the bar to the washer. It's pretty much the same deal. Mine's at 16 inches because that's what I cut everything at, but it works really well. I'd imagine it works just like the Perfect Stick. Just attach it to the saw, and I used that on that hickory load that I did the other day, and it was very efficient. It worked really good. The magnet's nice and strong. So I know those Perfect Sticks are like 20 bucks a piece. I put this together for just under $4, $3.77 I think it was, and it came in a 2-pack, so I made 2 of them, one at 16 inches and one at 18 inches. I don't know if I ever used the 18-inch one, but since I had 2 magnets, I went ahead and made 2 of them anyway. So there's an idea for you. Let's get the saws warmed up. Well, there's that load of ash bucked up. Probably didn't need the 660 clone saw for some of these logs. I think that one right there you're looking, that's the biggest. So probably didn't need the 28-inch bar, but to be honest with you, sometimes it's just fun to fire that thing up. I just sharpened the chain this morning with the 2-in-1 sharpener, and you saw it, it was cutting like butter. Sometimes it's just fun to run that saw. So now we're gonna go back and buck up the maple. Well, we're about halfway through that second load of maple there. I figured it was a good time to stop and get a drink of water. But while I'm here, I want to give you an update looking at all these rounds here laying on the ground now that need to be split. Give you a little update on the outfeed table for the splitter. Those of you that have been following along since I bought that ram splitter know that it's been not really a struggle, but it's kind of been a little tedious trying to get an outfeed table made for this splitter. One guy I had lined up quit returning my calls for whatever reason, and then another guy that I reached out to, he actually has the virus, so he's on quarantine. But right after that last video came out where I was using the ram splitter splitting that ash, the ram splitter company actually reached out to me and told me that they were in the process of building an outfeed table for that splitter, which surprised me because I had contacted them when I first bought it and they didn't have one. It's not for sale yet, it's not on their website yet, but they are testing one out, and they've built a couple of I guess prototypes or test runs to see how it works, and they actually offered to ship me one for my splitter. And that should be here within the next week or so, if all goes according to plan. So I've kind of held off on my search to find somebody to fabricate me one and see how this one that is actually coming from the manufacturer works out. So I'm looking forward to showing you all that. I know a couple people have reached out to me about the splitter. A couple people have actually purchased the splitter since seeing the video when I bought mine, and talking to the gentleman from the ram splitter company. He was very gracious and offered to send me one of these outfeed tables, obviously for review and for me to test out, get some feedback on from you all and from me, so that they can put these things into production for sale. So be looking forward to that. I'm going to get another drink here and we'll get back to work. And that is the end of that. All that maple from that load is all bucked up now. And all the ash from the load in front of it, it's all done. So we are ready for the splitter. So we'll get on that here very soon. All right, so we'll get the saws put away. This is my nifty little scrap wood saw rack that I built. The 3 saws just sit in there in that little groove, and then there's a piece of wood that runs across right on the back of the wheel wells. That way when I hit the brakes, the saws don't slide around the back of the truck. It keeps them real secure. There's a spot over on that side for the milk crate, but in case you're wondering, that's what that is. I'll turn you around here and show you real quick. So I wasn't planning on showing this, but since I'm here and thought about it, it's just a piece of plywood on the bottom. I got some 1x dividing the 3 sections for the saws, a piece of decking board across the front, and the chain and the bar just slide in through there. It locks them in sideways and it keeps them from moving forward. When you put the tailgate up, that keeps them from coming backwards. But the board runs right across the wheel wells, so that's what stops it from going forward. And I can take it out very easily and put it in very easily. So that's that. All right, well, we made some sawdust today. We got 2 loads of those logs bucked up. We're gonna wrap things up, and I just want to make an announcement that I do have shirts for sale now online. Before you had to kind of message me directly. I would have to have them made, then I would have to ship them and handle all that. But I'm using Bonfire now, and all my shirts are on Bonfire, different colors, different sizes, different styles. So if you're interested in purchasing a shirt to help support the channel, I'll drop a link down in the description, and I would greatly appreciate anyone who might want to purchase a shirt. Also, follow our page on Facebook, Firewood at the Furnace on Facebook, and I do a little bit of extra posting there, kind of a little extra content here and there that you don't see on YouTube. So if you're on Facebook and you have a chance and you think about it, please head on over there, give us a thumbs up, and follow the page. We also appreciate that. Don't forget, tomorrow night's the live stream at 8 o'clock. I know I said it at the beginning of the video, but just a reminder, if you can stop by, I'm looking forward to chatting with all of you. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.